My goodness, you see that you are actually going to need to avoid certain arguments, my gorgeous Cancerini, literally at all costs. This month you are going to have a very, very interesting challenge indeed. And that challenge, it's actually going to be consisting of you not having an argument, sorry, with somebody really, really specific. This is on one hand somebody who means to you so much. This person is someone who's really beautiful, somebody who is gorgeous both inside and out, but also at the same time this is somebody who is like a pretty much so a prominent part of your life. You are going to find yourself feeling a little bit sensitive, just a little bit under the actual pressure in between the 17th, 18th and the 19th of March precisely, and you are going to be thinking about something very, very specific. This in itself is to do with your emotional life, and it's to do with something rather personal indeed, and that in itself is just going to put you in the certain mood, you know, in a certain mode, if I can say it like that, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. And this is going to cause a little bit of sensitivity, and at that moment in time somebody who's so close to you, so important to you, it's like kind of going to say something and they're gonna act in a little bit unusual way, in a little bit of a strange way, and something is really kind of going to wind you up when they say something to you. You are kind of going to take this in a wrong way, purely because you are going to be just a little bit sensitive at that moment in time. But my goodness, you really need to remember this, because that particular person who is going to say something to you is going through something really, really weird and really difficult at the moment, and they're not even like sure themselves what exactly they are actually going through, and this is why they are maybe not going to be themselves. Now, your important challenge is going to be not to kind of overreact when that happens. So your challenge is going to be to try to kind of ground yourself, to recenter yourself, and try to not to take this personal. Why is this important and why is this a challenge? Because only 7 days after that moment in time, there is going to be an opportunity and really mind-blowing, wise choice that you are going to become aware of through that particular person. I know this sounds crazy, but this in itself is a direct result of the actual karma. You doing things in the right way, and karma is most certainly going to reward you really quickly, because you are going to do something very special. You are going to do something remarkable. You are going to do something amazing for that particular person in your life who means to you so much, just by not overreacting and just trying to kind of understand where this person is actually coming from. You are going to be able to see a completely different picture, and this is important in this stage, because also through that you will know how you're going to be able to help to that person as well. So that person is going to need your help. I know that this sounds like really weird, but it's important for you to understand, as long as you don't overreact when it comes to that particular person, exactly 7 days after that moment in time, you are going to be provided with a mind-blowing, a wise choice that is going to come to you, like literally as soon as you wake up in the morning, and as soon as you kind of like really open your eyes, you are going to become aware of some kind of a choice that normally you would be like, no baby, no, I can't do that, I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready for that, don't, it's too hard, it's too difficult. No, and now you're going to have a strength, now you're going to have a power to deal to actually see this from a completely different angle. So this is when things are going to start becoming very, very interesting for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. When it comes to the actual numerology, your number is 111. This is like a really mind-blowing number, and it means that on exactly 11th of March 2023, you are going to become aware of this sign, this really kind of mind-blowing sign. But very soon after that moment in time, this is going to lead towards some kind kind of inspiration. This inspiration that you are going to have, it's really going to be a bridge and the actual pathway towards something that you were like kind of thinking about in so many years. Indeed, towards some kind of a dream. You are going to be able to cross some kind of like a spiritual bridge, which is going to put you so much closer to the path of your life that you want to achieve. This is going to lead towards one of the biggest achievements of your life. So this is what it means when I say that your number is numbered 111 in numerology. It's completely pointing towards the 11th of March. My gorgeous Cancerini, you really need to see what this inspiration is actually going to be. Absolutely important in so many different ways. And at the same time, you know, when it comes to March, there is something that it's about to heal. There is something that it's about to heal within you. Maybe you like really had a lack of energy. Maybe you just didn't really feel right. Maybe you didn't feel okay. And this was affecting your like kind of performance when it comes to so many different things in your life. So something that was bothering you, it's also going to heal itself by the end of the actual March 2023. But at the same time, what you really also need to pay attention to, what your body is going to try to make you aware of, because in between the mind, body and spirit, the connection is going to be very, very strong. And because this is the March 2023, you know, this is the time of rejuvenation, but this is also the time of, you know, the time when we realize how powerful we are spiritually and how beautifully we can manipulate, you know, our own energy. It's all in your mind. Like literally everything is in our mind. So if we are constantly thinking negatively about every single aspect of our life, we are eventually going to make ourselves really sick, really ill. I'm not saying that you were doing this, but I'm just trying to open your eyes and make you aware of the fact that your body is going to try to let you know. It's going to try to like keep on making you aware of something very specific that you need to deal with. You need to kind of heal. You need to fix. So maybe your leg is going to be like kind of hurting, and then you're constantly like thinking like, where is this coming from? Then this is the sign that you need to do like a certain exercises. Maybe you're going to be like persistently tired, you know, like throughout the months of March. So this is something that you are going to need to kind of work on, because at the same time you are going to possess this powerful energy in order to start the process of healing. It's happening in March. It's the third month of the year. And number 3, it's also a very powerful number when it comes to us being able to heal ourselves. But it's not going to happen if we ignore what our body is trying to tell us. And maybe perhaps you're going to feel completely thirsty throughout the actual March, and that means that you just in general need to drink more water. So you just need to see what your body is trying to actually tell you, and most importantly and most certainly make the most of it indeed. When it comes to your nutrition, my gorgeous Cancerini, and things like that, you know, now I highly recommend you to get what I normally tell you. It's like a natural vitamin D3. You're going to find this extremely beneficial for 2 particular reasons. Number 1, this is going to boost your immune system, and number 2, it's going to increase your energy levels, but on top of that, it's going to be superb for your bones. Second thing, which I highly recommend, would be like a natural zinc picolinate. It's a natural zinc. It's a version of it's a natural version of zinc, which is highly absorbable indeed, and it works really perfectly with vitamin D3 in order to boost the actual immune system. And at the same time, it's going to be beneficial for your skin, hair and nails. And the third important thing would be organic chlorella, which is something that I absolutely adore, because it's like a superb supplement which is going to give you omega-3 essential fatty acids, which are like pretty much so this is essential to put inside our body, but our body does not produce this. So omega-3 essential fatty acids are very, very important indeed. So organic chlorella has got omega-3 essential fatty fatty acids, which are good to boost your immune system. They are brilliant for your mind, for your memory, for your head, you know, for your brain and things like that. But at the same time, it's superb when it comes to like detoxifying our body from all the dangerous metals, because there are dangerous metals in the sky, in the air, in the soil. Whether you believe this, I think it's time for you to start believing in this. But my point is that organic chlorella has got a power to actually detoxify our body from all these dangerous metals, indeed, because they can affect us mostly because they can absorb our body from absorbing the actual nutritions, and when that happens, no baby, no good at all. So this is why I highly recommend this. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Cancerini, or not. And if you would like to buy my natural supplements, I highly recommend this because they are made of a superb quality ingredients. The link is going to be in the description below. Or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is going to come up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm going on the very first date that I would like to recommend to you. Now, first of all, on the 1st of March, you are going to have something very unusual. It's going to be on your mind throughout the day. On the 1st of March, something very unusual is going to be on your mind throughout the day. You must not forget about that whatsoever. And what are you going to have on your mind? Almost as if you are going to be like, shall I do it or not? Shall I do it or not? Shall I do it or not? And my answer to that is most certainly yes, because what is going to be on your mind, it's at the same time going to lead towards you gaining strength. Okay, this is going to be very important for you to gain strength, because through that you're going to actually gain confidence. You are going to gain an important confidence, which is obviously, of course, indeed, oh my God, obviously, of course, indeed, it's going to reflect on your like self-esteem, on your inner strength in general. So this is something that really pretty much so you need to really go for. And also, when it comes to the second date, which is going to be the 5th of March, on the 5th of March, you are going to find something like, oh my God, you're gonna see something, and then you're gonna feel a very strong connection to what you're gonna see, and you're gonna find this ridiculously attractive. What are you actually going to see on the 5th of March? And that in itself, it's gonna be like kind of like a really immediately what is gonna put you off is like you're gonna be thinking, oh no, this demands like some kind of excess work, you know, this demands some kind of excessive, not excess, excessive, this demands some kind of excessive works, you know. And at the same time, that in itself is just going to make your thoughts like almost immediately limited, and kind of it's gonna make you like almost immediately self-restricted and insecure. And that is something that you must, for the love of God, you need to snap out of it. This is something that you need to do. It's to do with something that you need to be, you have to be responsible for this, and that means that only you can do this. And if you don't do this, the other things that are going to be actually standing in your way throughout the actual March. So this is something that it's your responsibility. And you need to put your foot down, you need to be the leadership now, which means that you are the only one who can actually do this. And so you need to make some kind of rules within yourselves, you know, in order to maintain some kind of order. And that is going to lead towards, you know, a very, very solid foundation in life. But at the same time, it's going to lead towards you becoming in some kind of position of power. And I really, really like this, because after this, you know, there is so much that it's actually going to start changing in your life in the best possible way. Almost immediately you're going to feel like, oh God, I want to meet with these people, I want to meet with those people, I want to try this, I want to try that. You will see how much you were actually holding down for some reason, you know, because certain things will slow down because of this, indeed, you know. So this is something you need to understand. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to crystals, look at this beauty. I highly recommend you this absolutely beautiful silicone silicone crystal that comes with gorgeous sterling silver chain, and this brings almost like literally instantly the actual feeling of lightness and sense of serenity, and creates a clear heart connection with the divine. It just really helps you to be so much more honest with yourself. You know, sometimes in life we need to go through certain things in order to understand why we're doing, where we're going, in order to reflect. But sometimes with the help of things like this, you know, we can just always kind of be one step ahead, you know, before things kind of take the wrong turn, or before things happen. You know, it's like kind of like a really open your third psychic eye, but at the same time it beautifully guide you on your way. This gorgeous silicone pendant, as I said, comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Cancerini, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date is going to be on the 17th of March. Now the 17th of March is quite important because there is going to be somebody really down to earth, my gorgeous Cancerini. Somebody is going to be really down to earth, some particular person who is also very much so a beautiful person, very practical person, very home-centered person, somebody who really loves nature as well, somebody who's very genuine, honest, and very interesting at the same time. Now that particular person is really going to like kind of play an important role when it comes to you having your eyes open again, being inspired by something really important, but inspired by you wanting to break free. That person is going to inspire you so much to break free, and it's almost as if like it's going to also help you to be yourself and to understand that, you know, you're never going to be completely happy in this life if you're not like, you know, really yourself, and if you don't follow your passion. So there is something that it's really kind of going to be triggered within you at the same time in the best possible way, because that particular person who's really down to earth, indeed, it's going to inspire you, and at the same time it's going to help you to break free. This in itself is just also going to mean to you so much, because that particular person, it's also like kind of, you're going to feel loved and supported by that particular person, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to be so important when it comes to you opening yourself up. So you're going to open yourself to this person even more. You're going to talk about something very deep, something very emotional, and then also another thing that person is really going to play an important role when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Cancerini. It's the fact that, you know, you're going to understand something that happened in the past to you, something really bad, really dark, and really negative. A very negative and dark stage of your life is just going to come up. It's going to pop up here, and it's needed for this to pop up, because it's going to give you a chance to work on something dark, you know. And I know it sounds like, oh God, you know, but it's important. It's just to do with a bit of a shadow work type of thing, you know. You just go very deep within, and you just reflect on those parts of yourself that are holding you down, but you don't even like thinking about them, let alone dealing with them. So this particular person is also going to help you how to accept something from the past, you know, because there is something in your past that you're still regretting and kind of blaming yourself, something that caused prolonged gloom. So this is so important, because you will see like, oh, that's going to be on the 17th of March. So by the time you get to the 21st of March already, you are gonna feel very decisive about something that you felt indecisive like for so long, you know, and at the same time you're gonna motivate so many other people. That in itself means that by 21st of March you are going to have a clear direction shown to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and at the same time you're gonna become very ambitious and very driven, because this is a lot to do with an important fresh inspiration that is going to make you feel so enthusiastic, but it's also going to show you exactly on the 21st of March what do you need to explore. This in itself, it's really going to kind of lead towards you feeling very strong, very self-assured, very charismatic, and at the same time this is going to not only going to make you feel extremely enthusiastic, so you will know that you're doing the right thing, but this is all going to lead towards your own remarkable independence. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Cancerini, for March, April and May, it's like a must to have something like the actual Crazy Lace Jasper. This beautiful Crazy Lace Jasper, it's really going to protect you from negative energy, negative people, negative vibration. And if you feel anxious, if you feel stressed, if you feel tired, immediately as soon as you put this on, it just gives you this absolutely mind-blowing feeling of like everything being absolutely perfect. Almost immediately you feel like you can do something that you wouldn't normally be able to do. So it just brings the courage, it brings the balance when you are feeling completely imbalanced, and when you think like, oh my god, I absolutely don't feel okay or something like that, and I need to do something important. This really makes things so much clearer and so much sharper for you indeed. This gorgeous Crazy Lace Jasper I highly recommend you to wear, because it's going to help you to ward off an evil eye, and it brings you joy because it absorbs emotional pain. How remarkable this is, and let alone the fact how gorgeous this crystal actually is. This crystal also comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. The third important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 23rd of March, on the 23rd of March, okay? On the 23rd of March, like you are gonna feel such a strong empathy for others, and you will see, because something is going to happen. So you're gonna feel a very strong empathy for others, but it's not about the actual empathy. It's more about why are you going to feel such a strong empathy for others? What is going to make you feel like that? What is going to make you feel that way? You're normally very beautiful, you're very loving, you're very emotional, you're very open-minded, you're very genuine, but this is something that is going to affect you on a completely different level. So it's not about you feeling empathy about others, but it's more about why are you going to feel this. And you are going to feel like you want to find out some kind of a truth. You need to find out you need to find this truth, yeah? You will know that there is something to find out. You will feel like, I want to find out the truth, I want to find out the truth. And the little kid is saying, absolutely yes. And do not forget about this, because this is an important part of your spiritual journey. So do not forget about this. So you must not be swept away when you feel this empathy towards others, but at the same time, you just need to kind of really not forget about the fact that you are going to need to find out some kind of a truth, because there is so much more to it. It's not only about you finding out the truth, but there is just so much more to it. You're going to find out the specific informations that you're going to be able to use in your future when you're planning, that you will know what to do and what not to do. You will know what to go for and what to avoid, type of thing. The last important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 25th of March. Now the 25th of March, this is beautiful. This is really good, because now you're going to see this where exactly you're making a progress. You are going to feel very pleased with yourself, very happy with yourself, and that you're already like kind of like gaining some kind of momentum here. This is the time of expansion. You know, you're going to know exactly which plan to commit to, and there is so much that you're going to start looking forward to when it comes to this, because at the same time this is leading towards a very solid financial stability, and this is also going to help you to not to kind of go towards some kind of temptation as well, okay? Not to go towards some kind of temptation, not to go towards something that is like kind of immoral and unethical. I'm not saying that you are doing immoral and unethical things, but I'm just saying that at around that time when you become aware of where you're making a progress, it's almost they're going to be two paths. It's going to be like, oh my god, I'm making progress here, and then there was something on your mind that you wanted to do, and there are other things that you're going to find out by then. So it's going to become like, oh no baby, no, this is no good, but this is actually good. So I hope you know what I mean here. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini. So now I'm just going to say what is going to happen to those of you in relationship when it comes to the actual month of March. Okay, when it comes to the month of March, and those of you in relationship, you know, you really need to kind of it's almost as if you are gonna be thinking about some kind of a new venture when it comes to the relationships. You're almost gonna be thinking about some kind of a new venture. But what is more important to say here is that when you're thinking as a couple about some kind of a new venture, you need to understand that not to take things for granted. And this is where the problem is going to happen. The bottom line is, when it comes to the couples, you must not take things for granted, and you can only do this by rushing into some kind of like a conclusion. So someone, it's almost gonna be like really aggressive, like kind of with both of you are trying to put something in front of you, trying to make you to do something, trying to push you to do something, and it's gonna feel rather aggressive, and you're gonna be under this false pretense of like, oh, like I need to do this really quickly, otherwise this is gonna go wrong, that is gonna go wrong. No baby, no. You're both gonna feel like someone is being a little bit too pushy here. So it's just like, that's the way to protect yourself. When it comes to somebody being really pushy, this is the way to protect yourself from not rushing to some kind of conclusions indeed, because very soon you're gonna change your mind about something. You're gonna see that something much better is actually gonna come up, and this would only kind of like slow you down. And for those of you, my gorgeous Cancerini, who are single and ready to mingle, you know, it's like now basically it's more about, it is not about like whether somebody is going to come into your life. It's not about whether you're going to meet the person of your dreams. No baby, no. Sometimes there is a little bit more that we need to work on when it comes to us, because if there are certain things that have been kind of left unresolved within, they can affect our love, they can affect our emotions, because you know, it really depends what takes priority at this time in your life. What you're gonna work out, my gorgeous Cancerini, what is even more important, you're gonna realize that there is something that you need to work on when it comes to you. First of all, you're gonna realize exactly what do you need to work on when it comes to you, and that in itself, it's like to do with something very personal, something that you wouldn't kind of talk to everybody about, and something that really concerns you only. So it's more about maybe taking the necessary steps when it comes to like taking care of yourself and making certain changes in your life in order to make you feel good. Maybe a bit of a nice haircut, maybe a bit of like working out, maybe like changing clothes a little bit. I'm not saying that something is wrong with you, please don't get me wrong, but I'm just like kind of going to understand that there are certain things about yourself that you will want to change, for example, experiment about yourself, for example, the way you look, for example. And that in itself, it's really important, because it also means that, you know, what you should be like kind of changing, it's also something that should be changed, but it's also going to bring so much of a new energy into your life that mean to you so that is gonna like kind of like be so good for you, for example, you know, in so many different ways. And at the time when you kind of start working on yourself or doing something for yourself, you know, there is going to be, you see, you're already going to start breaking through. You're already going to start, the things are already going to start changing energetically. And there is a very interesting idea that you're actually going to have. And that interesting idea that you're going to have, it's going to require, on one hand, some kind of a strategy. And then on another hand, it's going to require from you to come out of yourself. So it's like this idea, it's going to be like suddenly you're going to have this idea while you're kind of doing something to yourself. Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And this what is going to be on your mind, it's going to play like this place, what is going to be on your mind, for example, it's going to play an important role when it comes to someone stepping into your life, someone really important who is going to play a major role in a long time indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, love and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.